So we're going to talk a little bit more about green gas gel ball blasters here. This one is from geltactical.com. Check them out, geltactical.com. They have a lot of awesome blasters, and they have several green gas pistols like this. So this is serious kind of gel ball blaster stuff, you know, very similar to airsoft, stronger. And instead of using a battery, they use what's called green gas, okay, or airsoft power gas is what this one is called, but that's what that is green gas. So we're going to talk about that. I'm going to show you how you load that into the magazine because it does run out of green gas, obviously, at times, and then you need to fill it back up in order to use it, right? The other thing I want to talk about are these gel balls. So this should be used with ultra elite gel balls, okay? These are the extremely hardened gel balls, kind of the best gel balls that Ozgel makes. Of course, they're geltactical.com too. And when you're soaking those, we have to do what's called like a controlled soak, right? You can't just kind of set them and forget them, because with these performance blasters and even some of the performance, other gel ball blasters that I show you, is the inner barrel on these is much smaller and tighter, and the gel ball itself, you cannot have that variance, right? It needs to be at like a 7.2 or 7.4. The barrel can't handle something if it's up at closer to 8, right? It's too tight. So if you were to soak these for a full 4 hours, then they're probably going to end up being a little too big. And then you're going to have jamming issues, especially with a pistol, like a performance one like this. So we're soaking those exactly for, you need like between 2 hours and 15 minutes and 2 hours and 30 minutes. So you actually do need to time it and pay attention to that. The cheaper gel blasters, especially, they have a barrel that can accommodate, up to 8 millimeters, no problem. So as long as they're between 7 and 8, they don't seem to have any issue. With some of these, you're going to have an inner barrel that's much, has much tighter variance. You want to make sure that you're not using something like that, okay? So that's what we got going right here. So they're not quite ready. They actually have about 40 minutes left on them. The other thing I'm going to show you is a little speed loader made specifically for this, because you'll see it's not the easiest to load, but that's how all of these are in general. Okay, so let's talk about how we do that. You'll notice one of the things I told you in the first video was don't automatically push this. If you drop it like that on the floor, on a cement floor outside, you'll probably break your magazine, and that would be bad because this is where your green gas is, and this is obviously where your gel balls go. So right there is where your green gas goes. So if anyone has ever filled a butane torch, a butane lighter, works very similar to that. So this was from Amazon. You might be able to find it locally, but I doubt it. I couldn't find it at Walmart. I couldn't find it at like Fleet Farm, which is like a farm and sporting goods / everything store. So I had to order it on Amazon. And this was the only brand that was actually prime so that I could get it in a decent time and they didn't charge additional shipping. But you see what that looks like. And that's just going to go, you're just going to basically stick that nozzle right in there and just push, and you can hear it going. You're just kind of waiting till you hear the kind of a sound change. So even if you don't fill it all the way, as long as you do this for a little bit, you are going to be filling it up, okay? So that's all I'm going to do for now, but that should definitely be adequate to be able to shoot it for a little bit, for sure. I think I got it pretty full because I'd done a little bit beforehand. So how you're going to load this, kind of pull this down. I believe I showed this in the past video too, but if we had this filled with our Ultra Elites, makes it a lot easier. You just pop this is where they go in up here, right? Load it up, and you just sit here and kind of pop them in one by one, and then don't do that. So you want to kind of pop them in one by one, and then gradually let that spring go to push them up tight. If it slips like that, you're probably going to end up shooting some out the top there, okay? And you don't want to do that. All right, so that's the trick when it comes to the green gas, when it comes to soaking your Ozgels properly. Make sure you do that. Also, a good practice is when you're done playing, take the magazine out so you can put that hammer down, okay? So you don't leave that hammer cocked back when you're not using it. So Gel Tactical, green gas pistol gel ball blaster, Questions, comments, post them below. Of course, like, subscribe, and share my channel with your friends. Thanks a lot.